Option expiration Friday, another tough day trading in the stock market. Pretty much done for the day. Approaching afternoon trash. Actually, I consider 11 o'clock the beginning of afternoon trash. You can see right now the Amazon is sitting at the 50-day moving average. And who knows what's going to happen this afternoon, whether they rescue the 50-day moving average or they crash it. Who knows? I mean, right now I cannot tell you one way or the other. Yep, look at it now. It's going down. But yeah, very tough to play. Of course, the bias seems to be on the negative side. So today, playing on the negative side would have been the right way to play. Now, normally I don't like playing option expiration Friday, but I did play today because I just wanted to test the new strategy of being nimble and being a little bit more patient. So last option expiration Friday, we had pretty much a crash scenario, right? Here was what happened. Where was it? Last, right here. Head fake higher, head fake upward move, and then a crash scenario. I mean, just fast selling, head fake selling, head fake selling. This is these type of events, if you are playing option expiration and you are trying to bottom dip or counter trend, these type of events are what I call account blowing event. You can easily blow up your account minus 20,000, minus 30,000. And that's where I have my top notes for the day. Discipline, discipline, discipline. You gotta have discipline. You gotta have patience, especially on days like option expiration, where the table, the game you're going to play, is not easy to see. I mean, anything can happen. Yesterday was another account blowing day, potentially account blowing. Look at that. All the way positive for the day from the above the 20-day moving average to pretty much hitting, well, the NASDAQ will have been the 50-day moving average all the way, or the 20-day moving average all the way down to the 50-day moving average. So the continue selling occurred. Normally I say it doesn't carry over to the next day, but I did not say that yesterday because of this event. This event is a very strong event of technical selling, systematic selling. So I kind of had a feeling that it was going to carry over today. And of course, pretty much it carried over today. Look at that, the channel continue. If you look at the video I had, I drilled it. The channel continue, selling continue. If you were to play today, I was patient and I also mind seated myself of a recovery because I was reading one of the newsletter, and yeah, that newsletter pretty much was pretty confident that was going to be a green day. So I don't know if I'm going to read other investors because it seeds my head with what I don't want, which is what I want to be able to see it my way and read it correctly. And I definitely read it correctly. This was an obvious sell-off candle. Well, fake head fake, and you could have gotten a lot of money with this mini sell-off. I mean, they were trying to flush it, of course, or trying to smack it down, but it just ended up being a mini sell-off. Continue technical sell-off. Yeah, head fake and continue downturn head fake. So very difficult to play. Um, Next week, most definitely crash candidate. Next week, I mean this type of selling, technical selling event has cause a lot of pain, a lot of damage, and next week most likely is a crash candidate, and it's going to be a big one. Whether it be Monday, Black Tuesday, Black Wednesday, who knows? You better be careful. Um, so let's look at some of the individual plays. Now, Amazon has some nice, clean technical. If you had missed this, this was a good 1 to 2,000 easy signature. Because if you were to be biased negative, you would have saw this weakness and gotten in. I didn't because, like I said, I mind seeded myself that it was gonna be a green day, so I was wary of playing the downside or selling the calls, and this was an easy 1 to 2,000. Now I did play this what I call a doji tail signal. This is a very strong indication of a reversal because it has a long tail, what they call a doji tail, and sometimes the next candle would also go down, and you would have two of these tails. Now, whether you play the second tail or the first tail is up to you. Normally, if you play the second tail, you can miss it. So I played the first tail and ride it all the way up to VWAP. So that was an easy play. This was a semi-easy, not as strong. This is also a buy signal, very similar to this one, but not as strong because this one is lower, and it also came after a flush. So the very first flush, not really a flush, but just call it a flush for this explanation point of view, or a sell-off. It cleans out, and then this attempt of another flush and a reversal. This is the strongest signal for a buy. And next time I might load up a little bit more because these signals are very strong to recover to VWAP. And if you load up, you can get them nice 2-3,000 instead of 500 or 1,000, whatever. This is not as clean, but still a nice enough signal where you can read this reversal. Now, this sell-off is very hard to see. I don't know how you can see this sell-off because there's just no signal except that it fails VWAP. And of course, if you look at the bias, if you look at the trend line, the bias is down. So I was very careful not to get caught in these downturn sell, even though I mean, I felt like I missed it. Like at this point, I felt like I missed it, and I didn't want to chase because who knows? They could engineer reversal, right? So you don't want to chase. If they had a cleaner signal, like a nice wick here, man, that would have been a nice one. Or here, a nice wick, it would have been a clean signal to get in. But anyhow, I ended up the day with 2,000. I mean, not great. Took some loss here and there. Just pretty much pickpocket. For the week, look how hard it is to play this September. I mean, this September has been really difficult to play. Just taking losses here and there, and this is where discipline. Yesterday is a blown up account day. Last Friday is a blown up account day. Wednesday was, I forget what happened, but obviously it was a difficult day. This whole month has been very difficult to play. And with August, yeah, should have been a great month for me in August, but I couldn't chase it, uh, or couldn't pursue the push. So that's a missed opportunity there to buffer up. And if I gotten 50,000 on August with playing the push, it would have been a lot nicer to buffer out. September is going to be very difficult to play. Must probably have to employ a new strategy. I mean, this September is not a regular kind of game where you can go in and try to scalp here and there because you're gonna get burned. I feel like at any time you're gonna get burned, and But yeah, so ended up finished for the mid morning, done for the day. I am not gonna touch this. This is, I mean, look at this, just continues sell off. I mean, it's just missed opportunities. If you play the puts, if you bought some puts here, bought any puts, I mean, yeah, just I am definitely not playing this correctly. So many shorts are making a lot of money. So many puts buyer making a lot of money. And that's the way to play, but sometimes it's not as obvious as it looks. I mean, right now it looks freaking obvious, but yeah, your mind seed and your the way you think in your head, it's hard to be flexible and to come up with different strategy or the right strategy when you're accustomed to playing it one way. Like doing the push of August, I mean, it was so difficult to chase those push, but the push play in August was the correct play, and anyone who wasn't playing the push strategy didn't load up and have that buffer for August, and they trying to play the long side for September because if you are accustomed to playing the push, how would you play the flush? I mean, who switched 90, was that 180 degree? Flip from head to tail like that from one month to another and play the flush strategy. Who actually has that type of mentality to switch hands and play right hand and then left hand or whatever you want to call it, switch 90-degree opposite direction. I mean, gosh, but that's the way to play. The push on August and the flush in September. I mean, geez. Yeah, gonna be a tough week next week as well. Gotta be very disciplined next week. Very disciplined because potential crash candidate next week and potential blowing up your account. So easy to blow up your account. So you gotta don't even walk away to take a piss. I mean, gosh, I'm literally not serious about that. It is so scary. I mean, stay in cash most of the time. That's all I got to say for now.